Okay, hopefully this one's going to work. So please do not pressure yourself to have to know everything and internalize everything that we've shared over the last few weeks. Some of that stuff I didn't even learn until this last year. Okay. All right. That's the truth. So you are fine wherever you are at. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel like, wow, this is going to be a ton of work, or this is going to be hard, or this is like going back to college. No, it's actually not. And the real focus and what we want to shift to tonight is more about what you love, right? So really just reminding yourself that, hey, I love the oils, or I love the cleaning products, or I love the skincare, or Savvy, or whatever it is. And allowing yourself to enjoy that, to dive into that, and to share that in a natural, authentic way. All right. But you'll know that all that other stuff is available for you to come back to, right? So learning the terms, understanding structure, knowing how to set people up on your level 1, those are all things that as you start to develop and grow, you'll have available to come back to. All right, so that was the main reason we wanted to cover that from the get-go, so that there's a place to come back to when you're ready, if you're not ready right now. Okay, so with that being said, and Denise, did you want to add anything to that before
Yeah, I just, I think with all of the things that you and I have learned and discovered, I think, we found ourselves saying often that we just didn't know what we didn't know.
Right.
And so it's more of just an awareness to let everyone know that those things are out there. If you hear terms that maybe it might pop a little question into your mind, and that maybe you'll just ask a different question, or ask a question, period.
Right.
We just know what we didn't know.
So. Exactly. Good point. Good point. All right. So that all being said, how are you doing? So can you tell us, can we share a little bit? Can we open up a little bit and talk about how you're feeling? Talk about any questions that you have, any concerns, any overwhelm? And let's just be open and honest, because I think a number of you have shared with me privately some things. And you might be thinking, oh, I'm the only one that feels that way, or I'm the only one that has that question. And it's not the case. But let's talk about it so that we can help you, move to that next step, whatever that is for you, right? Whatever that looks like for you. Right? So you can feel free to unmute. I know that many of you have muted your lines, but you can feel free to unmute. And yeah, we would just love to hear from you. And Jess, you can feel free to type in the chat just to give us an update on how you're doing and where you're at. Hey, Brenda. And somebody else just joined us. So, ladies, if you just jumped in, I see a number of you have. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We just basically said, don't worry about everything that we taught you. Especially if you didn't get it or didn't watch it. It's all right. Catch up when you can. And just don't worry. All right. We just really wanted to share all the things we shared over those last few weeks so that that's out there. That you can come back to it. And so, like Denise said, what you don't know. All right. But with all of that being said, where are you at right now? All right. So we're asking everybody to share a little bit about how you're doing, how you're feeling about your Young Living business. Did we terrify you? Are you ready to run in the opposite direction? Where are you at, and how can we help you today? So Judy, you have a really bad cold, so you're going to stay muted. Okay, no problem at all. Does anybody else have anything to share about where you're at with your business? And even for those of you, so some of you, again, have been doing the Young Living business for a few years, it's okay to share. So if you're stuck, if you're stalled, if you're not sure what to do next, let's talk about that. So, everybody can kind of see how we work together and how we support each other in our businesses.
So I just got here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Missy.
Hi. I was looking for the link on my computer and I couldn't find it, but I knew you sent it on my phone. So I'm not used to doing this Zoom stuff on my phone. So all I could see is you. I don't know how to do this. It's all right. I think as far as my business is concerned, yeah, it's slow because I am taking it slow. One of my goals, I think, is to learn more and more. Especially about the oils. And what I love is I just saw somebody in town who just got a kit from me, and she's so excited because she just got it and she can't wait to do the oils and come to the class that we're having in a couple weeks. So that's what kind of motivates me, is to see people be so excited and to share that. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
And thank you for sharing that, because I think it's important for everyone to know. And this is, I think, one of the best parts of Young Living is that you can do this at your pace, right? So you can share as often and as much as you want, or as little as you want, and you can really grow in a way that works for you, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't.
And it really kind of goes in spurts for me. You know, I have spurts because I have a busy life. So someday it will slow down and be a little better. But right now it's very busy.
Right. And that's okay, right? That's what I love about this, is that it can kind of fit into the nooks and crannies, and something can build for you while you're busy doing something else.
Absolutely.
Right? Give it a little bit of attention, right? Like watering the plant a little bit, and it can build and grow for you so that when you're ready to put more time and energy and focus into it, it's there. And it's waiting.
That's the beautiful thing.
Awesome. All right. So Jessica says, I think you all can read this, but she missed last week, so I don't know what I missed. Okay, I'll tell you. That being said, I'm just enjoying learning all of the new information. When I'm ready to start the business, I know I can refer back to all of this, which is why I wanted to do this. At this moment, I'm not 100% ready to start the business, but I'm getting closer to that the more and more I learn. Baby steps. Exactly. Perfect. So last week, if you want to catch up, if you missed last week, I posted a bunch of the stuff just in the group. We didn't have a recording, unfortunately, that worked, but I did share, like I went over some of the common terms, right? So what's PGV, OGV, PV, right? I went over a few of those things, but I posted those in the Build Your Dream group. It's harder to say than I thought. And so you can find that in there. And then I went over a little bit of structure and a little bit about compounding. But if you just watch the Adam Green video that I shared, and that was part of the homework, that will take care of it. If you watch that video, that will cover everything else that was covered. So yeah, I think that would be simple. And that is a fantastic video. If you don't know who Adam Green is, I don't even know how old he is now. Denise, is he 28, 30?
Not even sure he's 30 yet.
Right. And he reached the highest rank in Young Living. He reached, I think, Diamond. Was it Diamond he did in 4 years?
Oh, yeah.
He reached Diamond in 4 years. He's in the 4-year career. That's kind of, a big part of who he is, that book, The 4-Year Career. But he tells you how he did it, and he explains really well why this business model works the way that it does, and just how he made a choice to have financial freedom, and what it's done for him and in his life. So he covers some really good foundational stuff and some details, but it's fun, it's entertaining, and it's definitely worth watching. So yeah. All right, who else? I see Kayla is here. Kayla, I think you might be on talking to us over the phone line, though. So again, if you want to type in the chat and let us know how you're doing, where you're at. Oh, and Jessica, one more thing. So I know we can sometimes feel like we need to have a start date, right? We need to be able to say, okay, I'm ready to start my business. I am just going to encourage all of you to be open to the fact that your business may start itself. All right. And what I mean by that is you may not have the intention to start your Young Living business right now, but if you're loving your oils and loving your products, then I hope you're sharing them, because it wouldn't be very nice if you weren't, sharing with the people you care about. And just be open to the possibility that you might be guided or directed, or that something may develop for you without you really planning it, right? Without you really having a specific date or a time in mind to get that business started. All right. So just keep that in mind.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was thinking that very same thing. It happens organically a lot of times. You're not even aware of it. You're sharing. People are asking you about oils. You're just sharing your referral link, and you wake up one day and you've got people under you, and maybe even a check coming in. And so it can sometimes just happen very organically. Which is kind of nice, actually, because you're really just doing something that you believe in, which is sharing from your heart, right?
Right.
So,
and so don't be afraid. Yeah, I would say don't be afraid.
No. And I guess that would be another question. Does everybody know how to share, like with their referral link? If somebody does ask you, hey, I'm interested, do you know how to do that? Is that something that we need to help you with? Because we can do that.
Right. Yeah. And even, I was talking with someone today and I said, look, even if you're not prepared, and you're never going to know everything, just so you know. And quite frankly, the starter kit changes. So you're never even going to know every oil in the starter kit necessarily, because then they add a new one. So, but that's when you can pick up the phone, right? So that's why you have resources where you can say, you know what, I don't know the answer to that question, but let me see if I can get Kelly on the line, right? Or, get back, have a way to get back to them with the information. But that's what we're here for, right? So that if you have an opportunity, or if you just have a question that you don't know the answer to, reach out. All right. But yeah, letting it grow organically is ideal. And that's really how it happened for me. The only problem was mine was growing organically, and I didn't know anything about the business or how to structure things the right way. So I had all this stuff growing organically in all the wrong ways, right? I wasn't setting things up properly. So again, that's why if it starts growing organically, you can go, oh, wait, there's some stuff I got to go back and look at, right, from those classes, or let me check in with Kelly about where I should put these people that just ordered kits. So at least you know that there's some information there to recall. All right, so I think Brenda said, I'm stalled. So Brenda, are you able to talk on the line or just type? Because I'd like to ask you a little more about that. Is she typing? I think type. Okay. So can I share what we talked about today? Or a little bit of that? Like just, is that a yes? Okay. All right. So, so Brenda is an amazing esthetician. So if anybody wants a really great facial, she's up in Meredith. And so she's just getting started with the oils, right? And she ran into exactly what I said, right? Where someone asked her, okay, how much is this oil? Or, how much is the kit and what's in the kit? And they were kind of asking all these questions, and she didn't have all those answers yet, right? And that can put you in a place of like, oh, what am I doing? Like, I don't know the answers. I shouldn't be talking to people yet, right? And it can just make you feel uncomfortable. And on top of that, everything that we covered over the last few weeks about structure and, what network marketing is, and, compliancy, all of those things also can be intimidating, right? So, so I think it's easy for us to get stalled, right, by that feeling of overwhelm or that feeling of fear. So again, it can be important to just say, I'm going to take this one day at a time, one step at a time, and let it happen naturally. On top of that, though, and I don't even know if we covered this. Denise, did we cover what it takes to earn commission?
Yeah.
I don't even think we did. Okay. So that's probably important for those of you who don't know how that works. So there are a couple of ways to look at it, right? So when we're talking about a starter kit, if you have a friend tomorrow who comes to you and says, wow, I really want one of those starter kits that you have. So when they order a starter kit, there are two money factors that can come your way. One is what's called a kit bonus, or it's a $25 bonus. And the other is a $25 commission. It's really 25% of their order, their PV. So put those together and you have the opportunity to earn a total of $50 for each kit. Okay, so if someone orders a kit through you, you have the opportunity to earn $50. Okay, which is pretty amazing. I don't know if you didn't know that information, or if maybe you're so used to that information that you haven't stopped to think about it, but that's a pretty generous offering from Young Living. Now, the only way that you earn both of those money factors or options is if you yourself placed a 100 PV order in that same month, right? So raise your hand if you knew that already. If you knew that the only way, okay. So if you do 50 PV, you earn that $25 bonus, but not the commission. If you do 100, you earn both. Okay, so for some of you just starting out, there can be that question of, oh, well, so what do I do if I don't have anyone, right? Should I be doing the 50 PV? Should I be doing the 100 PV? Do I have to do that every month, right? That can be an overwhelming thing as well. How many of you remember or are currently in a place where that feels a little overwhelming? Anybody? Raise of hands. Can remember being, okay. Okay, all right, good. So there's a couple things I want you to do, all right? The first thing is I want you to connect with what feels right for you. Yes, only 50 for the referral bonus, but 100 to get the full. Did I not say that right, Denise?
No, I think you did.
Okay, all right. So what I want you to think about is if you are going to be a product of the product, and if you're going to want people to do, let me phrase that differently. If you're going to want people to change their lifestyle to using more natural products, using essential oils, using natural cleaners, right, to getting the toxins out of their home, then you have to walk the talk, right? So we have to be a product of the product. We can't say, oh, you should get Ningxia, but I don't get Ningxia. Or you should use the Thieves Cleaner, but I don't. So part of it is adopting that lifestyle and saying, yes, I believe in this and I love these products and they are worth the investment to me. And if you start looking at it into terms of, you know what, instead of buying those cleaning products at Target or Walmart, I'm going to buy them at Young Living. Instead of buying my makeup at Sephora or wherever I buy it, I'm going to buy it from Young Living. So you start transfer buying. So you might say, wow, that, you know, $50 or $100 commitment each month is overwhelming. But if you're starting to swap out products that you're buying anyway, and you're buying them now from Young Living, then you're getting products. You're getting things that are helping your health, maybe your family's health, and also giving you that opportunity to earn commission, right? So those are a couple ways to look at it. And then the third thing that I usually say to people is if you are interested in financial freedom, if you are interested in having your own business, if you're interested in creating an opportunity for yourself, think about any business that you could start outside of this. And I guarantee you any other business that you could start would cost you way more than $100 a month, right? So even think if you're in a career right now, you probably went through some kind of training or maybe college or vocational school, right? You did something to get to the place where you could actually have that career or run that business. So sometimes I just say to people, if you want this opportunity, then yes, it does come with an investment in saying, all right, I'm going to invest in my business. And at first, I might not make it all back in terms of commissions, but I'm looking for my, I'm looking at that future plan of mine to have financial freedom. And at the same time, be creating a healthier lifestyle for myself and my family. So how does that resonate for everybody? Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. Would you add anything to, and I know it's scary, believe me. When I first started with Young Living, I was doing the 50 PV. And then one day, Terry, who's above me, she called me and she said, Kelly, you really should be doing the 100 PV every month. And I was like, 100 PV? Oh my gosh, are you crazy? And she said, yeah, well, you'd actually make that back in commission. I didn't even know. Like, I had no idea what was even being ordered under me. But she's like, you would get that all back in a check. So you won't necessarily have that from day one, right? But you'll also have the opportunity, like I said, to be getting all these products, to be learning the products, to have things that you can say to people, yeah, I've tried that, or yes, I'm using that, or this is great, or here's a sample, right? Because you're going to have it. So, so it's looking at it a few different ways, not just looking at it as, oh, wow, I have to spend 50 or 100 extra dollars every month. It really shouldn't be extra. It should be replacing things that you're already buying. Okay? And saving you in doctor bills. Can I say that? I did, so I said it. Whoops. So feedback on that. So who's still feeling, is anybody still feeling nervous, scared? And I will also tell you one other thing about that. So if that's a concern, if you say, yes, I want to do a Young Living business, but I'm concerned about spending the 50 or 100, you know what? That can really motivate you to talk to people, right? That can motivate you to not be shy or reserved and to say, hey, would you like to try this? Or can I give you a sample of that? Or, right? To not be afraid, because if you want to make sure you earn those commissions, you can. You can. It's not just happenstance, right? It's based on who you talk to and how willing you are to just open your mouth and say something, right? The opportunities are everywhere, I promise you. They're everywhere. They're all around you. Every day people are telling you things that you could help them with through Young Living. Every day. All right, so that sounded a lot like a sales pitch. So I'm going to stop talking now.
Brenda just asked in chat if you can start with 50 and then at some point move up. And yes, you can. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. You can wait to do that 100, at any point, anytime.
Right. Oh, and I completely forgot to say, when you start Essential Rewards, even at the 50 PV level, you're going to earn points on your orders. So you're also going to be getting money back. Right? You're going to get those points back on your account. So the longer you do it, right, when you get to that point where you're getting 25% back, that's an absolute no-brainer. So how many of us here today are getting 25% back already? Okay, so, right, so every time we place an order, if I place a 100 PV order, I get 25 back on my account. All right, so that's another way. So you get more free product, you get to try more things. Yeah, so that's another benefit. How does that play out? Let me see. What if people you talk to only want say cleaning products and not the kit? Well, so there is actually a kit for cleaning products. So I actually just had somebody, my neighbor, who, really isn't into oils. He's like a furnace guy, and I mean, no judgment, but he's just not really so much into oils, but he needs to clean, like greasy things, and he wants to do it naturally. So he's getting the Thieves cleaning kit. So they can actually get the cleaning kit. But if they don't want the cleaning kit, so if you have somebody that just wants Thieves cleaner and just that one cleaner, then you can have those people. Oh, it's saying my internet's unstable, so can you still see me?
Yeah. Yes.
So you can have people just order one product and pay retail, right? So that's possible. You can say if somebody is really sure they don't want a kit, they don't want the benefits of being a member and getting the discount, they're not interested in trying any other products or any other oils. Most of these people come over, by the way, just so you know. Most of these people say that, but then they do end up coming over. You can just have them purchase one product retail, all right? And in terms of, you still earn commission on that. So you earn that 24, the difference between retail and wholesale, you would earn as commission, right? So it's not terrible. It can be done. People do it all the time. The real benefit, though, is if you have somebody that orders that one bottle of Thieves Cleaner and you follow up with them and they love it, then you probably want to get them to the point where they're getting a discount, right? You probably want to help them get a kit so that they earn, you know, when they're repurchasing their Thieves products, they're getting that at 24% off. Did that answer? So Brenda, I can't remember, but I'm guessing you had some green, right? Did you have some green in your color makeup? The greens, we like to know everything up front. We like to have all the answers, all the information. Yeah, it's okay. I'm green too.
If I can just jump in.
Yeah, sure.
So I just want to clarify about the referral bonus. When you have the opportunity to make $50 on that,
Yeah.
you only have to spend $50.
On the, right. So I thought I said that, right?
If you have commissions above your fast start bonus
Yes.
and your kit, if it's a commission above that, then you would need to purchase $100.
Okay.
But if you're just sharing and somebody says, hey, I want to, I'd like to get a kit, and they sign up with your referral link, and you only need to spend $50 to get that $50 back. Now, if you have more downline and there are other commissions involved outside of that or in addition to that, then you would need to spend $100 in order to get the additional commissions.
Okay. Or if they purchase more than just the kit.
Correct.
So if they purchase other items. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So it makes it easy breezy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Sure.
I may have missed something over the last 3 weeks that I did make it, and I'm really sorry. You keep talking about referral link. What is the referral link?
So it's in the first class, and I think we actually posted it in the homework, but if you just go to yl.pe, you put in your member number in both spots, it will generate, you probably already have yours anyway, Missy, but it'll generate a referral link for you. So
do you have a bit.ly link, maybe?
No, I don't.
So when you have somebody order from
I don't know what that is.
What do you give them?
So
I just lost you guys. Oh,
I lost Kelly.
I lost Kelly too.
Okay.
Am I still on?
Oh, you're coming back.
So Missy, when someone says, hey, I want to order something, what do you give them?
I give them my website link.
Okay, so that's why you don't really need the yl.pe. That's so if people don't have the website, then they can just generate a link using their member number.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, how's everyone else doing? We've got a lot of quiet people. Let me see, did we miss any? Oh, Kayla, okay, so Kayla says, I'm taking baby steps as well. I'm just stocking up with Essential Rewards and using as many products as I can, and I'm just sharing as I go. Perfect, that is perfect. Good job, Kayla. That's exactly. So this is now the fun part, right? As we said, we gave you all this background business information. Don't get bogged down by it. Just enjoy using and loving your products, right? Find and create your own stories, right? So as you're using your oils, your cleaning products, your skincare, whatever you're getting, you're going to create your own stories about that, right? And then it's going to be natural to share those. You're going to want to share those with people that you care about. So that you're doing exactly the right thing. So beautiful.
And when you're using your oils authentically, people notice. You know, I go to a restaurant and I have my lime out for my water on the table, and, you know, people just notice. You're using it either on yourself or whatever out in public. People notice, your friends notice, your family notices, and they just start asking questions, you know.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it happens, it's actually quite easy. Like, that part is easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of using your oils, so if everybody has their Build Your Dream, so if you got the little tiny ones from me, it would say BYD on the top. And if you don't have Build Your Dream, if I didn't get that to you, then you can just use any, oh, Jessica got kicked out. Let's see, did anybody else get kicked out? I guess there are some, yeah, she's got unstable internet also. Okay. So if you don't have Build Your Dream, grab whatever other oil speaks that to you. All right, so that could be Magnify Your Purpose. That could be, well, it could really be anything that for you connects you with building your dream. Sherry, what do you have? I'm trying to see it. She's waving something.
Journey On.
Oh, yes. That is a good one. I love it. I was going to say Freedom would be good too, but not a lot of people have that. So yeah, whatever one, okay, whatever one speaks to you. So we're going to just take that and just drop a drop or two in your palm. I think I sent all of mine out to everyone and never ordered it. So we'll see if I even get a drop. There we go. All right, and then just take a nice deep breath. All right, and just remember, you know, we titled this group Build Your Dream because we want it to be about you creating what you want in your life, not what we want for you, not what we're telling you to do. This is about helping you create a vision and building the dream that resonates for you, right? So for Missy, if that means doing this a little on the side, slowly letting it grow organically in spurts, that's what works for Missy. You know, there are others of you that are really focused on reaching a goal or creating a certain level of change in your families and friends' lives. You know, for Denise and I know that we are loving, you know, doing this stuff, right? Supporting other people and igniting other people to go after their dreams. So just connect with whatever feels right for you. I would even suggest you pray on it, right? And just really connect with the message that you're getting about how best to move forward with your Young Living business and what that looks like. What would make this super fun? What would make this, you know, just an awesome, exciting, fun ride for you? Okay, not to say it's always going to be perfect and easy, but what does that vision look like, right? Are you teaching classes? Are you talking to people one-on-one? Are people just chasing after you, asking you to tell them, you know, what your oils are all about? What does it look like, right? And create that vision, because a lot of times what we do, we might have a dream out here, but instead of focusing on that dream, we're focusing on what we have right now, right? And we're focusing on what's not working, what's challenging, what we don't like in our lives. And the more attention you give to that stuff, can you guys hear me? No? Yes? Thumbs up? Can you hear me?
You're coming in and out.
I am, okay. What is wrong with the internet? Any better now?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're focused on what's not going well in your life, it distracts you from what you do want, right? So if you can give yourself time every day to envision the life that you want and allow yourself to see that as if you're playing a movie in your mind, then that creates more possibility for that life to manifest. But if you're just looking at, oh, this is what's so hard today, or this is what's not working, or this is, right? That's going to actually create more of that. So focus on what you do want, not what you don't want. So same thing with your young living business. If you're like, you know what, I want my young living business, but I'm so busy and I have so many other things to do, and I have this and I have that and I have the other thing, and this gets in the way and that gets in the way. Guess what? It's going to continue. That same story is going to continue for you, right? So if you say, yes, I want my young living business and I'm working on that a little bit at a time, and I can see the vision, I can see where I'm going, I can see that future manifested, that is going to help you get there. That is going to help you manifest that. All right? So don't get bogged down and don't get distracted by the stuff you don't want. Right? And reality can really mess with you, right? Because you'd say, well, that's my reality right now. I have to be real. I can't be off in La La Land dreaming about my young living business because this is reality. Well, yes and no. This might be your reality, but don't lose the dream. Because if you lose the dream, if you lose the ability to see that and believe in it, then you're just going to be stuck with what you have. Does that make sense? I know it sounds like crazy talk, but it really works. It does. It really works. All right. So see it and believe it. Your mind cannot conceive of anything that you cannot achieve. Okay. So if you have seen it, if you have envisioned it, you can do it. All right. And don't let any of your circumstances right now tell you otherwise. Okay. Just, you got to believe, you have to believe sometimes like a crazy person. You do. You just do. You have to say, no, I know that's coming. I know it's coming. I have total faith. I totally believe that's going to happen. I'm working toward that. I'm not giving up because I know I'm going to get there. And it's a little bit of almost foot stomping that goes on with it, but that's how you get there. Okay. All right. Any other feedback, questions, worries, concerns?
Hi, Lee and Denise.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I can.
I'm trying to participate, but I've got a really bad cold.
Oh,
I can hear it.
I'm just a little bit lost, but I have like maybe 100 questions. But I will be seeing Denise later in the month, and I'm going to have my questions with me, Denise.
Very good. And I'll be an audience.
So that's why I don't want to take up all the time tonight, because I know, everybody has questions. So Denise, just be prepared, because I have a lot of questions, and then I'll take it from there.
Fair enough.
I love it. Denise, get prepared.
I always warn her, Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's very kind to do
But
that.
you guys are doing a great job, and I have learned a lot.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Judy.
Also, I know that we posted this in the group, but I just want to put a reminder out there. I think it's still possible to register. I hope I'm not lying. But this Saturday, a bunch of us, Missy's coming, a bunch of us are going to the Live Your Passion rally in Massachusetts. So if any of you want to come and tag along, you're welcome to do that. I'll verify that tickets are still available. I think they were, what, $20, $25?
25, yeah.
That's a really fun and awesome thing to do. And then we also have a builder's breakfast coming up on the 13th. So that's a Saturday morning at Darlene's house. So if any of you are interested, so just so you know, after we end here, it's not the end, right? So you still have support and guidance anytime you need it. And then I want you to know that for all of our team members, everyone who's doing a Young Living business, we have these builders breakfasts every month. And we get together, we kind of talk about things that we're working on, we get support from each other. Sometimes we do a little, we put together giveaways, or we put together mailers and things. So it's a fun time. It's, we always have a good time, but it's also productive. So if you ever want to come to any of those, you are all welcome to do that. And the next one is on the 13th in
Auburn.
Auburn. I wanted to say Amherst, but I knew it was wrong. So, and we do them all over the state. So, yeah, we'll keep you notified about those too. And anything else that would be helpful for you? So does anyone want to share something that would be helpful going forward? Any thoughts on that? Like if I said, what could you use next? What would help you going forward? Anything? And you can type it or you can speak it, either way.
All right, it's me again.
Thanks, Judy.
I'm sorry. How about a little scenario, say like between Kelly and Denise? Like one of you ask, can you tell me a little bit something about, like a little play? Like Denise says to Kelly, can you tell me a little bit more about these oils and what you're using and how do I get involved? You know what I mean? Just kind of like a little scenario so that we can see it happening.
I think that's a great idea. What do you think, Denise?
Let's do it.
Okay. So go ahead. You can ask me first, whatever you want. We did this, by the way, we did this at one of the builders breakfasts. I still remember that one because I didn't tell anyone we were doing it, and they all showed up, and I said, okay, Missy, I think you were there, right? And I said, all right, Missy, I'd like you to explain what Essential Rewards is to Denise. And just because you're not used to being put on the spot, right? We're all like, and so then I had Denise explain, how to have a Young Living business, right? What to say to someone who said, oh, what's this Young Living business? And we did all these different scenarios, which was really fun. But it was really helpful, right? Because you got to practice, but you also got to hear how other people shared. And it was like, oh, okay, that's how you say that, or that would be a good way to do that. So Judy, thank you. That's an awesome request. I love it. So Denise, fire away.
All right. Well, I think one of the most common things that has been asked is, are those essential oils? What do you do with them?
Okay. So I'm so glad you didn't ask me a pet specific question, because as I said, you can go first. I'm like, oh, watch her ask me something dog related.
It's all the same, by the way.
So what I would say is, so phrase it again, just what do you do with them, or what are they?
Like, these are, people will say, what are you holding? What is that? What are you doing? That, well, it's an essential oil. Well, what is that? What do you do with it?
Okay, awesome. So, well, I almost always will first let them smell it or let them hold it, right? So that they get the experience themselves. And then I'll say, well, what this is, what these are, they are, in the shortest terms, the lifeblood of plants. So if a plant had an issue, like have you ever seen an orange with like a scar on it? And they'll be like, yeah. Like, okay, well, that was a place where that orange was actually cut or punctured, and the plant sent its oil, its lifeblood, to that area to be healed over so that the fruit could continue to grow inside. And then I say, so they have a lot of really amazing health properties and healing properties for plants, and they can do a lot of amazing things for us as well. So that's kind of my overview. And then if they're still there, if they haven't run away, I'll say, you can use these particular oils I can use topically, so I might use them, I use them on my skin, for my skin. I use them as my personal scent instead of perfume, but you can also diffuse them, so I might tell them the 3 different ways you can use them. So topically, ingestion, and aromatically. But does that answer it? Did I do okay? What would you say, Denise?
I would say something along those same. I have said those same things. It's lifeblood of the plant. It's a non-toxic way to support our health, to support our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Example, depending on who it is and why
Right.
it was they were asking. I might give an example like, I use it for long car rides. I put it on my back. It helps to relieve some tension. I might say something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I am with my dogs, I might say this helps me to keep them chemical free. So, depending on what I'm doing, if they ask, I'm going to try to direct those answers towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I'm holding lavender, I might tell them why I'm using it, what it is. I'm using it for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Awesome.
Or a lot of times, for me, I have sprays. They'll say, "What's in that? What's in that?"
Mm-hmm.
Essential oils, and this is the reason why.
Right. All right, I got one for you. So, Denise, I know that you sell those oils. So, can I get a bottle of Thieves from you?
You can order a bottle of Thieves, absolutely. We can sign you up as a. No, actually, I wouldn't just come right out and say that. It depends. It would depend on who it is, to be honest with you.
Right.
I would say I would just say yes, because if it's somebody who really is new to oils and really doesn't know much about them, I would say yes, absolutely. I'll order you a bottle of Thieves, and that would be it.
Right.
If it's somebody that has used oils before, and I would probably talk to them about becoming a member.
Right.
If it's somebody that's never used them before and they just want to try it out, I would say yes, absolutely. I'll order a bottle of Thieves for you.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay, so talk to me about becoming a member. What do I need to do?
You want that one, or you want me to take it?
I don't mind, I'll do it.
Okay.
So I often say to become a member, I liken it to a Costco membership, that you have to, in order to purchase at wholesale pricing, you sign up to become a member, and that gives you access to all of Young Living products at a 24% discount. And it's very simple. I explained to them about the premium starter kit, and that it's designed for new members to experience and learn about the oils, that the kit is designed specifically it's designed specifically so that everyone can experience the oils in different aspects of their life. So it becomes easy for them to use them. And also the kit is something that is, I think it's more than 50% off.
Yes.
So they design it to make it easy for people to become a member and to learn how to use oils. And that kit will allow you to become a member. You never have to purchase that kit again unless you want to. And that will give you access forever for the life of your membership. Forever. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you add anything else?
I don't think so. I sometimes will say, it's a really nice diverse array of oils, that there's 12 different oils in the kit. And, so that if you're also using this for different family members, there are different oils that might be helpful to one family member versus another. So you'll have a nice wide variety, which sometimes just gets people thinking, oh yeah, like maybe my daughter would like that, or maybe that would be good for my son who has whatever going on. So sometimes I'll just mention that, but yeah, that's.
Oh, and I'll say it comes with a diffuser.
Right.
And the other thing too is, that's literally like all I would say. I would give them the highlights, and not go into too much detail. Give
Really
them
good point.
yeah, because it can be overwhelming. Give them the detail, the highlights, and let them ask questions after that.
Right. Right.
Um,
And the other thing I want to point out is when you start talking to people or they start asking questions, it is totally fine to be new.
Mhm.
So just say to them,
Good point.
you know, if they say, oh, what's in the starter kit? You could say, well, I know it's 12 different oils and a diffuser. But you know what? I am brand new at this. So I can find out for you exactly which oils. I know when I got mine, it was these, right? But it may have changed. It is totally fine to do that. And it actually puts other people at ease when
Yes.
you say that. Because first of all, you're being authentic so they can connect with that. Second of all, it lets them just see that, okay, so like we're human. We don't know everything. And if there's somebody that down the road ends up wanting to do the Young Living business, what a comfort to know that the first person they talked to said, I don't know everything, but I'll find out for you. Right? I'll get you the information. So never be afraid to do that. It's actually a real positive to be honest with people and to just say, like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but just last week, I forget where I was, but I was somewhere and the woman, I was at the dental office and the woman said to me, this is my first day. I'm so sorry. I hope this doesn't take longer, but you know, just bear with me. It's my first day. And I had so much compassion for her. I just wanted to like hug her and be like, it's okay. Take all day. It's fine. So just know when you say, hey, I'm new, and you're going to be new for a little while, right? It's not like, you know, you're only new for 2 days. You're new at this for a year, 2 years, right? You can say, you know what? I'm new at this. So don't be afraid to do that. And don't feel like you have to have every answer. Just be honest.
A lot of times, I, especially in the beginning, I would say, you know, this is what I did. You know,
Right.
this
Right.
is what I.
Or this is what I found. There's that other, feel, felt, found is a good way to do it too. All right, so I'm just going to run you through one other thing, because if you do end up getting someone to sign up for a starter kit, if someone says, yeah, okay, I'd like to get the starter kit, I do recommend that you go in. If you didn't place your own order, if someone helped you with that, then you want to go in and just run through what it looks like to place an order. And it's really a good idea to help people with that, right? So you can give them your referral link, but you know, if someone contacts you and says, oh, okay, I'm going to go in and order tonight, I always volunteer to help. I always say, okay, well, why don't you give me a call when you're ready and I'll walk you through it over the phone. Okay? Just because sometimes it's confusing. Sometimes they're not sure what they're checking off and whether to do member or retail or, right? And it also gives you an opportunity to have more of a conversation with them about what their ongoing needs are. All right. So if you do have somebody and they want to sign up, then you can, and just don't be afraid, right? Just say, okay, well, you know, why don't you let me know when you're going to do that and I'll walk you through it. And then you can call me or Denise, right? Right? How do I help this person? They're going to order. And we'll walk you through it so that you'll be good to go when you talk.
I've actually helped other people on a three-way call.
Yes, absolutely.
It, and they had somebody that wanted to purchase a kit and they just got me on the line. So we were three-wayed on. So they saw that there was team support, but I just went in and helped them, you know, with a certain piece of it and then just hung up and they continued on their conversation. So,
right.
you know, yeah, don't be afraid to bring us in at any point.
Exactly. Good point. All right. Was that helpful?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Does anyone have anything else they want us to answer or role play on? I feel like this is whose line is it anyway?
I love that show.
I do too. I could never do that, but
I know, right?
I can for Young Living, sort of. All right. Well, just know if you have any questions like that, all right, or if you want to see Denise and I in action. Oh, wait. How about someone just interested in cleaning products? Is that from right now? Yeah. Okay. So perfect scenario is, and actually this coming month, that's our focus. So we are going to be really trying to help people that have cleaning companies. So Missy knows, right? Missy's sister, Heather, such a great story, I think, because when I met Heather, Missy brought her over to me and was like, Kelly, you know, is there anything that you could recommend for Heather? And she showed me her hands, right? And her hands were like all cracked and dried out from cleaning. She had a cleaning company, and she still does. And so, long story short, we started talking about thieves for some internal things, and then we started talking about the thieves cleaner, and Heather switched over. And so, dramatic change, right, Missy? In her hands, they're like awesome. So this coming month, we as a team are going to really be trying to help women, especially, not that we don't want to help men, but there are so many endocrine disruptors in cleaning products, so many toxins that are incredibly harmful to the female body. So we're going to be trying to help women that are doing that for vocation to reduce their toxic overload, right? So I'm glad you mentioned that, Brenda. So if someone is just interested in the cleaning products, what I would say again is the array, right? Let them know that there's more than just Thieves Cleaner. Let them know that Young Living has a whole line of cleaning products, right? They have the Thieves Cleaner, but also the Thieves laundry soap and dishwasher powder and hand soap and liquid dish soap. There are all these different products, and let them know that it's not necessarily just one cleaning product that they're getting toxins from. It could be from all of these different sources, okay? So that's one thing. So there is a Thieves starter kit, right? So that's what I'm talking to people about, getting their membership by getting a Thieves starter kit, because they'll get 2 bottles of Thieves Cleaner, 2 bottles of Thieves hand soap, right? And I can point out all that they get in that kit and the value of that. And then they'll get their 24% discount going forward on anything else they order, all right? People who clean for a living are going to go through their Thieves, so they're going to need to order it every month, right? I know Heather orders like the big, gigantic 96-ounce one all the time. So not that you're necessarily dealing with someone that does cleaning. Same thing with the makeup. So Brenda, there is a starter kit for the makeup. There's a Savvy Mineral starter kit. So there's a Ningxia starter kit. So if somebody's not, this is the beautiful thing. If they're like, I don't know, like they don't like oils, or they don't have a sense of smell, so they say they don't want the oils, they don't understand the value, they can do a Ningxia starter kit, they can do a Thieves starter kit, they can do a Savvy Mineral starter kit. So they're all different options there, okay? And again, if they say, no, I just want some makeup, I don't want a kit, I just want foundation, I just want to try one thing, then let them buy retail, right? You can still walk them through it, let them get their own retail account. They'll have to pay full retail price, but they'll have an account so that if they want to, go back in later and order something else, they can, and at least they're connected to you, right? If they just, the one hesitation I have with just selling, like if somebody says, can you order that for me? And I order it for them and I hand it to them and they take it. If they're in Massachusetts 3 months from now and there's somebody else there with oils, right? They might just order from them, or they might get a membership through them, right? So you want to keep that connection so that you can support that person, right? They have their own account under you and you can be a support to them. But yeah, does that help, Brenda? Yeah, so there are lots of different kits. There's a kit for any person, and again, you always have that option of doing retail. Almost everybody that I've ever had sign up and just get one oil though, if I really did what I'm here to do and supported them, they always ended up getting a kit. Because, if you keep ordering retail, paying full price, after a little while it gets silly. All right, let's see. If they say buy the makeup kit, yeah, so the makeup kit the Savvy Minerals kit does qualify as a starter kit. So yes, they can buy a Savvy kit and that's what it's called, Savvy Minerals, and then they're good to go. They can then get their feeds cleaner or their oils or anything else they want to buy on discount. I think Brenda I think the bells just went off, right? You're like, okay, bing, bing, bing. That's what I'm going to do. Have people get the Savvy Minerals kit. All right, good. Yay. Okay. Any other questions? I know it's late, so I don't want to hold you guys here. But thank you so much for your patience, your involvement, for just saying yes to this program. I am going to be sending out a little survey just to get feedback. So if you weren't sharing today, Denise and I want to continue this going forward. We're probably going to run another one of these in a couple of months, and we want to do it right. So we appreciate all of your input. Anything that you can suggest to make this better for next time, we'd love that. And I hope you have an awesome night. And don't forget, envision your dream. Okay? Thanks, Denise.
Thank you guys so much. You're awesome.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you Saturday.
Good night.
See you Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.